Bill Clinton?
Yes, 34 minutes after the hour. 1-800-STEP-12, the phone number. Toll free from anywhere. Oh, it's our personal favorite, Jim. Why, look.
Speaking of funny and smart, I want to bring on Tina Dupuy. Tina Dupuy is brilliant. She's funny. She's a terrific writer.
Tina does everything, and I just love her already.
Oh, God. Good morning, Tina.
Good morning, Stephanie. How are you?
I'm fabulous. Another hilarious piece. As I was saying this morning, all of us that engage in the comedic enterprises in mourning over Michele Bachmann, and you're doing the best you can with a brilliant piece. Bachmann's retirement delivers a death blow to the 1850s, which was historically and comedically brilliant.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. The thing with the Tea Party is that, they kind of like to pretend that there's this new alternative grassroots organization that just kind of sprang up from nowhere, and they like to dress like the founding fathers for some inexplicable reason.
Right, and they engage primarily in social welfare, as they told the IRS, as you know.
Right, well, that was the thing. They keep on saying that they were targeted, and Target denotes that, like, they were just kind of hanging out, being cool, and dressing in tri-corner hats.
Right.
When the government went after them, and what they were doing was they were asking for a government handout. They want tax-free, or they want a tax-free status, a tax-exempt status, so they can have anonymous donors.
Right.
I mean, they should be scrutinized.
Yep. And by the way, you've helpfully included a photo, and who doesn't look like a dork in a tri-color corner hat? I ask you.
Right. Well, they went to the Unity rally right before. They called it a Unity rally. It was a Tea Party rally right before, hosted by Michele Bachmann right before the RNC this year. And it was down in Florida, and it was during the middle of a hurricane. And there was all these people with tri-corner hats. And I'm like, if you're that close to the Caribbean, you look like a pirate.
we understand what you're trying to do with your little skit. However, we're looking for Johnny Depp somewhere.
Right, exactly.
But as you say, which pretty much sums up the Tea Party crowd, historically inaccurate, attached to the Republican Party, and welcomed by Michele Bachmann. But you provided some historical context, I thought, that was really interesting.
Right. Well, I mean, they're really into the Know Nothing Party or the Know Nothing movement of the 1850s, and they were against immigrants, anti-Catholic. They were vehemently opposed to the Pope, and they were also teetotalers randomly. But there was this in the 1850s. There were a bunch of new immigrants coming, and the economy was changing. You would find. I read about it. There, you would find people talking, using the name, olden timer, lamenting the railroads coming in and ruining their town.
Right.
So there was new technology stuff. Right. Stuff was changing, and then you had all these people who were coming in, these foreigners, and and they were going to fight against that. And so it was kind of this. They called themselves the Native American Party, and they felt like they were going to be served by these newcomers. And so and that's pretty much what happened in 2009 when the Tea Party kind of came to be. There was a guy with a weird name, a black dude in the White House, and the economy kind of tanked, and all of a sudden they kind of erupt in let's call it racism.
Right. What's it called now? Yeah, as our friend Randy Rhodes would say, there's nothing new under the sun, 38 after. Right. But it's true.
Right,
you quote the book, The Origins of the Republican Party, and this is, we hear this now in the immigration debate. You say, you write, workers felt threatened by the wave of new arrivals. The past was better, their future uncertain, their enemy obvious, others. Suddenly the fraternal order of nativists known as the Know Nothing sprung into power and influence. So you're right. This is, and as you say, it's happened before, it'll happen again.
Right, and what happens with immediately their reaction is that they want non-professionals to be their representatives. So they lash out first at the professional politician, because those are the people who are clearly messing everything up, and they have not protected them from the others. So they find other professional politicians who pretend, a la Michele Bachmann, that they are not well funded, that they are not, actual politicians, and to represent them. And it kind of like, it's this vacuum that gives rise to these kind of fringe politicians. And that's exactly what happened with the Tea Party movement. And that's what happened with the Know Nothings.
And by the way, meanwhile, Michele Bachmann may have been a little too well funded, according to the FBI and the FEC.
Yeah.
I love that you say she gleefully hopped onto the elder rage bandwagon in the wake of the economic meltdown coupled with the first black president. It really is. I mean, we joked about it right at the time, Tina, but it's the people saying, get your government hands off my Medicare. It was that crowd that is just,
yeah, no,
it's like
the
the dummy
Tea Party rally
contingent.
No, it's fantastic. I was the last one I went to, Herman Cain was there. And of course, I don't want to disappoint you because he fully ended with Pokemon. But before his big closer, he said, and I have something for you, 99% crowd, get a job. And then all the retirees gave him a standing ovation. It was, we use it as a cliche, but it really is true. I mean, they are, average age of 117.
Yeah. But you make another historical analogy. The Tea Party and Bachmann are as inseparable as the Know Nothings and Millard Fillmore, one of the lowest ranked presidents in the history of the country. And it's interesting, though, your final point, you say, whatever happened to the Know Nothings? They did their damage. They killed the Whig Party, disenfranchised and intimidated immigrants, stalled the Washington Monuments construction by stealing the Pope Stone. And then after 15 years or so, they were forgotten. So you say, what will happen to Michele Bachmann and her beloved Tea Party? They've yet to break the Republican Party's back, although they left it with a considerable limp. What do you think happens now? Because she's certainly the most entertaining of the Tea Party crazies.
I don't think she goes away. I think that she's, right now, what she has to do right now is quit on her own terms. If she decided to stay in Congress, she would have lost her seat, and then she would have been, she would be less politically viable. But now she's quitting on her own terms, so I'm expecting another book. I'm expecting, her basically to go. I don't think the Heritage Foundation is going to hire her, but I think that she's going to be, she's going to continue to be in the public eye. She's really good at saying really insane stuff and making us all crazy. Yep. She's going to continue to do that. Yeah. I don't think that she's not a very effective lawmaker in the first place. She didn't really do much, she wasn't really in Congress when she was in Congress.
Right.
So I think that it's going to be this is going to be a lateral move. She'll just have less of a government paycheck.
And Marcus, what's to become of Marcus, Tina? Will there? Oh. My dream, there will be a baby boy in his future, and he will come out and become a gay rights advocate. What do you think?
Come out.
Look, Stephanie, just because you go shopping for doggy sunglasses in Iowa in January does not make you gay. How dare you?
I have a new dream. Speaking of, straight men from Minnesota, that he and Larry Craig will come out together and get gay married.
What do you think of that?
Now that is possible in Minnesota. What do you think?
Well, I think that gay marriage kind of sounded like a good idea until that idea.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks, Steph.
Oh, come on. If you put it to music, Tina, come on.
Can I destroy gay marriage?
Here we go. Come on, everybody, dance. All right. Just, a girl can dream. All right, Tina Dupuy.
Big Craig suffered enough.
Great stuff as always. Bachmann's retirement delivers the death blow to the 1850s. We have a link up to it. It is fabulous.
And it's at thecontributor.com.
Exactly. Love you, honey. See you next time. Don't mean that in a gay way.
You're the best, Stephanie.
Yes, you do.
Well, all right. Shut up, Jim. All right. Love you. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
All right, bye.
Aw.
He's the cutest. Mm-hmm. The people in the tri-corner hats in that photo are just...
Arr.
Arr.